A lot of people think that as you get older, like you just like you give up or whatever. And I'm sorry, your grandma's having sex.
Like,
you know, grandma's giving blowies at the nursing home.
Speaking of assholes, let's get into it.
So basically, we're going to like read the main title and then we'll give a little brief description because it's just too much to like read through the whole description.
Yeah, okay.
So, am I the asshole for...
Some scientists are saying that periods are the biggest source of stem cells in the world. And they are trying to figure out a way to collect the stem cells from our periods. And it's actually being suggested that period blood could be used to treat dementia and Alzheimer's.
Welcome back to the Blonde Highlights podcast. Today is a very special episode because me and Kris are in the same studio together.
Yay!
And we're also joined by model, actress, internet icon, Lindsey Pelas.
Woo! Hi. Thank you for having me again.
Thanks for coming in. We're so excited.
Studio.
Yes. So we have interviewed Lindsey before. And so today we are going to be doing Am I the Assholes? Ooh. We know all the viewers, it's our favorite thing we do is we scour through Reddit, find the Am I the Assholes, and we're going to talk shit and discuss and call out people for being the asshole if they are.
I love this. This is what I do late night around 12:15. You know, right before you go to bed and you're supposed to turn your brain off. I like to Google some stuff.
Yes.
Or Reddit some stuff. I mean, I like...
Get in there, deep dive. There's some amazing things that you can find on Reddit. Like the conversations, like I love just typing in random things.
Yeah.
Or if something is happening in my life, I'll go on there and put it on just to be like, someone validate me.
Yeah.
Like just to see if somebody's already searched it. Like I won't put in like an actual statement, but I'll search it to see if it's come up.
Right.
And I'm like, validate me.
I swear I reddited something strange recently. And I was really glad that someone did it. Oh my God, you know what it was? What? I remember it. Oh, this is so embarrassing.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
Oh my God. I'm going to be honest with you. I did Reddit. Can Oreos turn your poop black?
Can they?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
According to Reddit. I'm not saying that happened. I'm just saying I Googled it, okay?
Yeah.
But I read the Reddit and people would be like, they wrote it like 7 years ago and someone would be like, 3 years later, thank you for doing this. And they'd be like 2 years later, I'm so glad you brought this up. So, you know,
it's a relatable topic.
Yeah, you learn something new.
The Reddit is the Wild West of the internet. And it is...
It's a vault of truth, darkness, and hope.
Yes, it's one step below the dark web. A lot's happening on there. One time I was like, it's the deep, dark hole of the internet. I'm like, with a lot of deep, dark holes on there.
Yeah.
Did you have a highlight and low light this week?
Oh my gosh, we're doing that first?
Yeah.
I'm so excited to hear yours. A highlight, well, I had a wonderful hike today. Ooh, I went on a hike and I wandered. I wandered on a trail that I didn't know existed, and it was filled with flowers, and I got scared. I was like, a coyote might maul me right now, but it didn't, and I made it back alive.
Nice.
But I got lost. I actually got a little lost. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a highlight. A low light, stressful work stuff. Okay. Contracts.
Contracts. No.
I hate them.
Oh,
no.
I hate them. I don't like anything that's like freedom limiting.
Yeah.
Contracts signify like loss of freedom sometimes.
Yeah. Well, but it's also just like, you know, putting stuff down like that. Like it's official. You have to make a strong decision.
And you have to call professional rule people, which are lawyers. I don't know how professional rule people.
Yeah.
What else would we call them? I mean, lawyers, obviously rules law, but the point is you have to call in professional assholes.
Yeah.
On both sides.
Oh, exactly.
It's a lot. It's like the whole Ursula scene where it's like, sign, sign.
Yes. That's exactly how it feels.
Exactly.
No, I totally get it. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Well, at least you got your time in the wilderness to calm the brain to make that decision.
Yes. I'm excited to hear yours.
Yes.
Okay, so mine is capris. Capris are back. I'm currently wearing capris. I'm so excited because for years they were like shamed, and I love capris. I grew up with capris. I'm forever just a capri lover.
Yeah.
So
they look so cute on you.
Thank you.
I'm sold.
Right?
I need them.
And I got another pair that flares like right below the knee. So it's like a little touch of flare. It's cute. And my low light is being with someone for hours. And then you get in your car and you look in the mirror and they don't tell you that you have lipstick on your teeth or like a smudge of lipstick on your face. This happened to me this week. And the person I was with, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like you couldn't have told me. Like, I don't care if you're like a stranger. If I'm with you and that's happening, I'm going to very politely be like, look, you need to check this because like I'm a girl's girl and I care. And I was like, this bitch, I don't know if I can trust you.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Right? Like
I
don't know. No, it's not you. No. It was someone like I'm not very close with, whatever. It was more of like a work situation, but I was like, why wouldn't you tell me?
Ooh, I bet they were nervous of you. You know?
Think so?
Yeah, probably so. Like, oh, I don't want to make. I don't know. Probably
like,
more nervous of you. Yeah,
maybe.
Probably like they're afraid they're gonna offend you, but like sometimes you want to know.
I need to know.
Yeah, I had there's a girl that's like a friend of a friend, and one time we were just in a cycle house class together. We were doing a sight spin class, and not planned. We just happened to be there. Then afterwards, I went into the coffee shop next door and she was in the coffee shop next door and we were chatting for a second and she caught herself in the mirror and she had mascara running around her eyes and she turned to me and she was just like, you're not going to tell me that I have fucking raccoon eyes? You're going to let me just out here looking like a freak? And she went the fuck off.
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh, okay.
That's me though. I'm like, why the fuck wouldn't you tell me?
Oh, Soul Cycle, it's tough too because it's dark in there. Like after you get off that bike, you have to reacclimate to the planet. So I wouldn't even notice if someone had.
Yeah, that's
everywhere.
true.
Yeah, that was the thing too. I didn't even pay attention. And I'm like, you get sweaty. It's like whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I always look a hot mess leaving a workout class, but like, I guess some people don't.
That is hilarious.
Yeah. My highlights is, well, one is I found tubing mascara after all this time with makeup. I have discovered tubing mascara and it is the best thing ever because what it does is it creates like a tube around your eyelash when you put it on. So it goes on really easily. But the thing about it is that it removes very easily. Not like prying wise, but as soon as you put any soap and water on, the tubes slide right off your eyelashes.
I've never even heard of tubing mascara.
No.
Yeah. Well, this one's from Tarte, but there's a couple other brands have
I still don't think I get it. Like, what do you mean? Does it just like create a tube over your each individual eyelash?
Yeah, basically it like dries that way. And so the reason I like it is because I have a lot of like sensory issues and having dried mascara on my eyelashes that won't come off drives me fucking nuts. Like I cannot handle it. And, like I start like to have like what are they? Teleticanosis or something when you start pulling your eyelashes out. I feel like that and it drives me nuts and I can't get rid of it and it just like feels, I hate it. But this stuff, soap, water, wash my face and I just go like this. No more mascara. Completely gone.
I need to try it.
What is it called? Like Tarte? Is it called tubing in the name?
This Tartelette tubing mascara.
Tartelette tubing.
This particular one, but there's other brands I think that have tubing mascara. Like it's a type of mascara.
Wow,
I've never heard of it. Like
Capri's tubing mascara.
Yeah,
that's gonna be ordered by the time I get in the car.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and that's the thing is like I am loving, like, I don't know how I felt about Capri's, but I saw a pair on a online site that I shop at a lot that are just like yours. And there was a girl wearing them with heels like yours too, like the strappy sandals with like strappy, like kitten heel sandals. And I was like, that is the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. And I need that.
Yeah. It's like chic.
I'm sold.
But I have some thick calf muscles. And I don't know that this is going to be the most flattering on me.
I feel like all the more reason to wear capris. Capris. Why did I say capris?
Capris.
I think of the little cigarette.
Gives it a little je ne sais quoi.
Yeah, I got a little fancy.
Yeah, a little je ne sais quoi. Capri.
I'm in my capri.
No, you know what though? I think it would be flattering. Like I have like thick calves and like I don't know if it's flattering, but I'm wearing it. But I'm like,
they are.
I feel like it balances it out a bit. You know what I mean? And then if you get the one that has the sort of the bell, I want to say like a bell bottom, but like that little flare out.
Yeah.
Then it will sort of make your calf look slimmer because it's underneath it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's overhanging the calf.
Yeah. Well, you know, my favorite designer, she has, Brandis Dress Out Loud. She has,
we love her.
We're not laughing. If you're watching, we're not laughing at you. We're laughing at my obsession.
Her obsession. She's obsessed. We need to get her on here.
But a lot of her line is the like capri kind of style pants. And I'm like nervous to try it because, and then it was just weird because it's like my calves have always been one of my biggest insecurities. And like, I've had so many guys be obsessed with my calves. Like one time a guy straight up got down on the ground and licked my calf muscle.
Oh my God.
When I was wearing shorts. And I was like, ugh.
That is a unique experience.
That's one way to describe it. A unique experience.
There could be so many other details to that could make more sense.
Oh my God. I would have milked that.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I guess. But I think they're gross, but
whatever.
No, strength is never gross.
Yeah. It's like a power move.
Yeah.
Power trip.
Okay, but my low light is when people do not understand satire.
Many such cases.
Because here's the thing, because on this podcast, and this is just a PSA for our viewers, if you don't know this, I am not that delusional and like full of myself. But we go on satirical rants all the time, knowing like that the point is that it is supposed to be exaggerated and supposed to be over the top and ridiculous and not true.
It's a good time. It's just supposed to be a good time.
It's supposed to be just a good time. We're just completely making shit up sometimes. Like, and I go on and like, or I'm like, pretend to be overly something or, you know, and we get these comments on the videos and on YouTube, and they're just like, what a disgrace to humankind. There's like pathos and they're full of themselves and like all of those stuff. Cause there was like this one, I made a video and I was like talking about how I went like viral on TikTok and I got like 500,000 views. And I was like, well, when Jules like went viral with a demure, like Mama Tina, like Beyonce's mom called her.
Right.
And it was like, so I'm waiting on
We're waiting for the call.
We're waiting for the call.
Yes.
Right.
And these people thought
fame.
I was like legitimately like I hit 500,000 views. Like I'm waiting on a phone call from Beyonce's mother.
Right. It's sad that satire is going over people's heads. But does it really go over their heads or they just want to be angry?
I think they just want to be angry. And I think they just love picking on people.
Yeah.
And I mean, because like some of the comments we have online are just so messed up. And they nitpick like the weirdest things. Like the people that hate us. And like, we were talking about it last night. We're like, I wonder how many people just like actually hate watch us. And I'm okay with it. Like hate watch me all you want. Like I don't care. But it's just funny how angry people are.
Hate watching has to be love watching. Like no one would ever. I always use it like broccoli, right? Like I hate broccoli, the smell of broccoli, the look of it. Like I'm like, who made that? So I never talk about it. I never order it. I never bring it up. In fact, I want you to never know what's on the menu. Like I want to hide that. I'll move that section for you, so we don't ever order that for the table. No broccolini for me. So if you're talking about it, watching it, eating it, like you love it, I don't care. It's just maybe some kind of misstep in your brain. We might not be being honest with ourselves.
Yeah,
you know, but.
You're
denial. Watching.
Yeah. Well, that's what I've said before because people try to like defend, and I'm like, listen, we know their name. Like
we're good.
They're one of our biggest viewers.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm their biggest fan.
That's a good sign. I always say if you're doing anything good, it's going to be peppered with hate.
Yes.
A little pepper.
Yep.
You know, and you got to have and someone's got to be real mad about it. Like a paragraph. That's a good sign.
Yes. Oh my gosh. When we get the paragraphs that are not even from like Canada or the States, like we looked up somebody's profile once and they were from like Australia or something, and we're like, you're across the world and you're getting so pissed off about that. Like I don't get it. I think it's so funny.
What was that? I mean, you did piss off the whole country of Australia.
Wait, why?
Yeah. I got
lingerie campaign.
Yeah, I got fat shamed. And England. I pissed off England and Australia. But no, this was something on our TikTok, and the person was from Australia, and they were like pissed off about something, and they were like making fun of us, and it's just like,
how dare
you're
they?
Across the world. Like I just thought it was hilarious. But
yeah, they don't realize how dead inside we are. We're just hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, Americans, we've been through some stuff. At this point, if we all don't have a little bit of a thick skin, I don't know what we're doing.
My skin's probably a little too thick.
All right. Speaking of assholes, let's get into it.
So basically, we're going to like read the main title and then we'll give a little brief description because it's just, too much to like read through the whole description.
Okay. I love mess.
And then sometimes we don't give, I personally sometimes don't like to give a backstory and just go off the title.
Yeah.
How fun.
We can just discuss it.
And just have fun.
However many we get to. Don't worry about rushing through them. Okay, so am I the asshole for how I reacted when my boyfriend told his daughter it's rude to talk about her period at the dinner table? And so basically the daughter was just like at dinner and she was like, oh, my face is so broke out because I'm on my period. And they got like offended and were like, you know, you can't be talking about that at the dinner table. That's gross.
I love that you brought this up.
Mm-hmm.
Last night, I went on a whole like Google psycho search about periods because apparently some scientists are saying that periods are the biggest source of stem cells in the world. And they are trying to figure out a way to collect the stem cells from our periods. And it's actually being suggested that period blood could be used to treat dementia and Alzheimer's. One of the scientists called it a human starter pack. And she said there's so much to explore within studying period blood. And one of the reasons why scientists haven't before were because of the shameful properties of the idea of collecting period blood. Very simple, stigmatic reasoning has deduced human research and capability. So I actually think she's a fucking asshole. And her daughter should talk more about it because it's miraculous, interesting, and it might save her life when she's old and gray. And if she said, hey, I want those stem cells when I get older and I might need them, I'd be like, remember the period table talk? You said I couldn't talk about it, mommy? No. So that's me.
This is so fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I want to say too, this is the thing about Lindsay. Sometimes she's
I'm
psychotic
like
encyclopedia.
Mic drop. I'm like, okay, love it though.
That's perfect timing.
She's going to send you a voice note at midnight and it's just like, hey, I have been doing research for 2 days straight and we have come to the conclusion that the human race is going to do this, 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 and this. Yeah. And it'll be like, according to the researchers and the scientists named
Oh my God. I love it.
It's pretty crazy.
She'll drop a thesis on you.
I love it.
There's so much to explore in life. And it's crazy that things like stigma keep people from doing it. And with periods too, you know, people period shame in other cultures, like you're not allowed to use the same utensils. Some people are sentenced to like stay in a hut and be, you know, it's bananas.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that gross.
Well, it's even like, especially to like raising boys.
Mm-hmm.
So my oldest is at the stage right now where they're learning about like puberty and everything. And a lot of people won't talk to their sons about periods. And I'm like, no, I told them, I'm like, this is what happens. If you see a girl, she has like blood on her pants, you cannot laugh, you cannot shame, you have to help her, give her a sweater, like whatever. And I think that it's so important that like at a small age, you start even educating the boys because a lot of the times they're like, we're not talking about that. Like, you don't need to know. And it's like, no, they do need to know because as they get older, like they need to know. And the fact that they haven't even explored because my mind's blown. My mind is blown.
It's simply stigma.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think so too. It's like, have these people not seen Carrie? She's gonna burn the goddamn house down.
Yes. Look, it's true. If you have a blemish on your face too, and you're like, "This isn't actually really me," like I'm being framed here, you know. I get it too. I would just be like, I would tell everyone.
I know. I think it's just like natural bodily function. I'm sure a lot of these guys are like farting at the table.
That means she didn't fart at the table.
No.
Like it's natural.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay. Am I the asshole for staying with my husband after he cheated, but only because I want to slowly ruin his life as well as his coworker that he cheated on me with?
Absolutely not the asshole.
Right?
I love a revenge. And a slow burn. I honestly feel like we should do more revenge lately.
Yes.
You know, being the bigger person is great, but teaching people lessons is fantastic. That's alchemy.
Yes.
You know, you're taking something bad, you're teaching a lesson. I want to hear the plot. Like, what's she going to do? What's she going to do?
I know. She hasn't said any of her plans. She just kind of gave a backstory of like how she found out she had put on weight and all of this. And I'm like, no, like take him down.
Yeah.
like go gone girl on him, you know,
consult with a lawyer, don't do anything illegal to get you in trouble.
Get you a nice feminist lawyer who's going to let you go to the very line of where you can go.
Yeah, we want to make sure we're not going to get arrested, but we're going to teach him a lesson. I love that. Did you hear about the guy who caught his wife cheating, allegedly, and he calls her out at his 40th birthday party? Did you see this on TikTok?
No.
This is a huge TikTok thing.
Oh no.
Yeah, and she's up there, he's giving a speech, and out of nowhere he's like, I know what you did, bitch. And it's a whole thing.
Good for him though.
Yeah, and then he throws a divorce party immediately. Oh my God, and they played a funny song. I forget what the funny song is. Oh man, I can't remember the funny song.
I'm sure he deserved it though.
That's why I was like, I gotta hear both songs.
We need to hear her side.
He did seem he actually seemed really aggressive. No matter what happens, I don't really like the fighty stuff.
Yeah.
No.
Exactly.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I'm down. Like, plot for their downfall.
Yes. Yeah. And the coworker,
Yeah. Take a year and just really have some fun.
Get her blacklisted. That's what I would
start to do little things. Like, isn't it you? One time we were talking about like just cutting little holes in shirts or something like that.
I did that. Yeah. No, because I'm petty. I am so petty, and I do revengeful things. And my one ex-boyfriend, he had all these shirts and he was like, he cheated on me and whatever. And I cut little tiny holes in his shirt, just enough where it would be like, he would see it and be like, oh, fuck, like, what's this? I can't wear it. And like, just enough where it's like, it's just slightly ruined. He can't wear it. It's like, just
this is
enough.
Smart.
Yes.
Ooh, I like that.
Yes. I could write a book on all the crazy shit I've done. Like this is my girl. Like I am her. You know what I mean?
Wait to see how, and I hope that she does film it for TikTok.
Yes.
Like I do like those 73-part stories of like, this is how I did this. Like I hope she's thoughtful about it. She can maybe market it.
We want to hear. Yes. Yeah. Write a book. Tell all.
TikTok is just mess. It's like everyone's mess. We're just all involved in. I think it's so funny.
Oh my God. I had to delete it. I haven't been on TikTok in months because I was like, I was too caught up and I was like, I'm getting nothing done because I'm just scrolling too much. And I'm like, I gotta I'm raising a family. Like I can't be, I'm like, I gotta.
That's smart.
I was like, I gotta get off this shit. Cause there was one day I was home with the kids and I'm like, we're not even doing anything. And partially it's because I'm scrolling. So I'm like, enough. Like I'm done.
That's good.
Well, I'm a messy bitch who lives for the drama.
I know. Quit.
Is that the Joanne the Scammer quote?
I need to quit.
It's hard though. It really is. And now that I'm a TikTok celebrity and things.
I know. I want to come back just to support you.
Yeah. The rise.
I got to stay in tune.
Yes.
Until 3 a.m. every night, which is a problem. Okay, so am I the asshole for telling my fiance it won't help pay the mortgage? And so basically what's happening is that this girl has been with her boyfriend for a very long time. Mm-hmm. And for the last few years, she went back to college and he paid for her to go back to school. And then, but in the meantime, they moved in with her grandmother and have been living rent-free with the grandmother to save money. Well, basically when they're getting this house, he expects her to pay half the mortgage. But when they did all the documents and stuff with the mortgage lender, it's all in his name. And she's saying, if my name's not on the mortgage, I'm not paying half the mortgage.
Right.
And he is saying that that's not going to work out.
Why wouldn't he put her name on the mortgage?
And that's what he's saying. Because I think he's like, well, I've been paid for your schooling and all this. And so if we split up, I'm going to be out so much and all of this other stuff. But I think he's not thinking about her.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's what I think.
I don't like this. I think he's an asshole. I think that if you're going into a relationship like this, okay, I'm going to sound really bratty, but when my husband and I got together, I took care of everything because that's just where we were. And then now it's I didn't even know my personal bank card was canceled because I'm just using his card all the time.
Yeah.
It's just how it is. We've acclimated that way. But it's why can't her, he puts my name on everything, on every business, on every bill, things that we need. And it's why can't her name go on it? Because then he has all the power and then she's totally screwed after.
Exactly.
No.
And that's what I was thinking too. And I was thinking that is like a big sign that she needs to watch out because obviously he's like planning for her downfall in a way, like thinking about it that way. And like he's already thinking about how he can screw her over if she leaves or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like you can't retroactively come up with the standards. So it's like I paid for your school so that one day later I own the house and you pay me half.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Maybe you should have got that in writing first. It sucks when people kind of don't plan for the future ahead of time.
Yeah.
And then they're in this mess. But two things can be true. She could be like, I don't want to pay half if my name's not on it. Beautiful statement. He could be like, I don't want your name on it. Beautiful statement. Like, why don't you just agree that that's where the lines are drawn and move accordingly? You could take your education, get your own place.
There you go.
Make it smell better.
Yes.
Make him pay his own thing, however.
Exactly.
There we go. I love that mindset. Yeah. Stick it to him.
Then we got 2 houses.
Yes.
Yes. I agree with that. Yes. But I also think like, I think it sounded like she'd been with him since she was really young. And I'm like, he's already thinking about the exit if it's going down like that.
No, I couldn't. Okay, am I the asshole for taking a chip from my best friend's girlfriend's plate on a double date?
Wait, a chip, best friends, girlfriends. Well, how do they feel about it?
So apparently they're not close enough for her to have done that. But they've met a few times.
Is this being like a British like chip, like a French fry?
Like a French fry.
Like a chip.
It would be like if you took
question.
Yeah.
That is such a good question. Because you know when a plate of any fries go, like, you know when you get a joint McDonald's bag, it doesn't matter whose one you're dipping out of, you take the fry.
Yeah.
I can't get the fry in my mouth fast enough.
Yeah.
Like before, like anything is done, there's a fry in there, inhaled. Yes. And it's kind of community because we're addicted to those things. So it's like,
yes,
fry might be fair game. Chip might be strange.
I was thinking the opposite.
Really?
I was thinking a chip because it's like kind of dry and it's just like you just grab it or whatever. Yeah. But also, I think it depends on the person because I know like there's a lot of friends that I would just like, we're just going to snatch each other's fries.
Yeah, like, and that's it.
But, and then I guess there's some people who like, I don't know, maybe you're like, I'm weird about germs or whatever. And certain people I know that I wouldn't do that.
I would need to know the backstory though, because I'd need to know like, are you flirting with the person's date by doing that?
No, it was very much they were just at dinner. It was a double date, and it was just like it looked good, and they just casually took one off. Like thought it was okay. Thought that they were all kind of friends. Situation.
And
then they were pissed. Yeah, I think the person's the asshole. Like if someone took a fry off my plate, I'd be like, okay, cool, we're cool. Like you feel comfortable enough to do that. Like that's fun. You know?
Yeah, that's how I would feel too. You know what I mean? Unless there's like, you got like some fancy, but you got 5 potato wedges, and you're like, I'm gonna need all 5 of those.
Don't fucking come for my food. Like we're not okay.
Yeah, but I would like, I'm not uptight about anything like that. But if there was like, but there is certain people that I know that I just would maybe not do that because I know that they would be like, I don't know,
like tweaked out.
Yeah, and I probably wouldn't be that close to them.
I don't need context. Because
Yeah.
that could be a totally chill move from someone. But then if it's the wrong person, there sometimes are like underlying themes to some behaviors, depending on the person. If it's like a flirty guy who's like been with his friends, ex-girlfriends before, or like done something like that, then I'd be like, oh, that might not be an innocent fry. That might be...
Yes.
Yeah.
An attempt, an olive branch.
A flirt right in front of my face.
Yeah, that's true.
Somebody was telling me that they would go to lunch with a coworker and the coworker would like order a drink and be like, I'm not hungry. And then he would get his plate with his food and then the coworker would start eating all of his food.
No.
I had a friend like that.
Bill would come and be like, well, I just had a drink. So
No.
I had a friend like that.
Yeah.
Yes, every time. To the point where I was like, can you just order something before? Because I want to eat all my food.
I don't want to share.
Yeah, I don't want to share. And I'll buy you food. Just don't take mine.
Just don't take it.
She didn't want to order food.
I hate when people ask for like a bite of my sandwich or something. Like if I'm eating like a burger or whatever, be like, can I have a bite? It's like, no, no, like, no, you can't have one, but like here. And then I'll normally just like take another one and be like, oh, here, I'm actually done. Cause I'm like, I don't want it after you bit into it. I don't know.
And that's fine.
Right?
Yeah. It's hard to say no too. You just got to be like, No.
No, I can't. I'm
Think what
just
you
like
want,
here.
but no.
Guess I'm not eating anymore.
Okay, so am I the asshole for standing up to my parents when they tried to force my sibling into a career she doesn't want? So basically what happened is this girl, her parents tried to force her to go to like into some sort of career, and she was like, I'm going into like art school or something. And she does like graphic design or something, and like she's not the most successful, and she's young still, and she's like not making a lot of money. And then her parents are trying to force a younger sister to go to engineering school. And the sister is like an artist and she wants to do something completely different. And the parents are like mad at her because she told the sister, like, hey, you don't have to do what they want you to do. You can do whatever you want to do with your life. And the parents are like telling her, like, well, we don't want your sister to be a failure like you. And
okay.
Yeah.
The parents are the assholes. The parents are the assholes.
I'd have to see what the sister was about. Sometimes you could get bad advice. But this is what's so hard with families is like they're just like a flawed experiment. Like families are really tough. Getting it right, getting the dynamic of like, I want you to have personal freedom, but I don't want you to ruin your life. Yeah. And who really has the wisdom to know better? Sometimes it's inherent in the child, and sometimes the parent really might know best based off of their wisdom and experience. So I don't know. I would have to hear. I'd want to see the resume of the older sister. I want to be like, well, let me see.
That's a really good point.
Yeah. What kind of decisions are you really making?
Yeah. And I also think too, like I am all for like you go into your own thing. Do you know what I mean? Because I think that like monetary success is not as important to everyone as it is to, you know, different people have different things they want out of life. And there's some people who would rather just, you know, they don't care about having the fancy job. They just want like the chill, whatever happening. But I also think though, if the parents are paying for the schooling, that the parents do have some say. And then, so if you want to do something that your parents don't agree with, you may have to take out that loan. You may have to pay that. But I also think that like you need to be running the ship of your own life. At a certain age, you need to be handling your own success, because what's going to happen is if you go into engineering, you hate engineering. By the time you're like 28, you're going to be burnt out and you're going to hate your life. And then now you know, whatever, you're going to be trying to start over again or do something else. But I also think though, like if you can't expect your parents to pay for something that they don't agree with.
I don't know. I just feel like it'd be like, just do what you want. Like, I just want you to be a good person. You know what I mean? Like that's how I am. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I think I was like that with my sister, like my younger sister, because she's a nurse. And I was just very much like, is this in my family? You go to nursing, you become a nurse. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I should be a nurse. Yeah. They're still like, you know, we'll pay for you to come back here and get into nursing school. They're all the time. They're like, are you done with that Hollywood stuff?
Yeah.
Get you into nursing school.
Oh no.
So I was just really clear with her. I'm like, is this what you actually want to do? Like, is this really what you want to do? And I think she's happy with it. And she is a nurse now, but I was just very much like, I had that conversation with her of like, you know, make sure this is what you actually want to do.
Yeah.
Am I the asshole for not letting my boyfriend come on vacation with me because he's a picky eater? So my boyfriend has tons of food restrictions and is picky in general. He basically can only eat chicken fingers, grilled cheese, mac and cheese, and pad thai. I've never seen him eat a vegetable. We just started dating a few months ago. I love him, but I eat everything and I'm very laid back. I know I will have to plan my entire day around finding him the food he could eat because he complains about everything if it doesn't taste like the food that he has at home.
Oh my God.
I feel like there's a lot to unpack here.
There is so much. I've heard of this kind of situation happening with men and women dating often. It was on Bravo recently. Did you see where there's an episode of this hotel? So they're like the housewives, they go on a date with these older gentlemen. They're like in their 60s. Okay. And one of the men says that he does not eat vegetables. And the woman, Shannon Bedore, she looks at him, she's like, what do you mean you don't eat vegetables? And she has this like, you know, crazy look. But this actually happens a lot.
What?
Especially where it seems like the man is pickier than, because the only people I know who are seriously picky, I have two friends who are seriously picky, men who are chicken fingers and fries.
Oh my God.
It's like, and they're grown men. Butter with noodles.
Yeah, they're like the air
That's
fryer
like little
final boss.
That's like little kid food.
Yes.
Like, that's like a picky toddler meal.
Yes.
My dad will not eat vegetables.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
But he's not like a chicken finger kind of whatever.
Yeah.
He likes a meatloaf or spaghetti or something. He likes a big old supper.
Yeah. Vegetables can suck, like I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would be here's the thing. If you don't want to take him on vacation because of that situation, why is he on the adventure that is called your life?
Yeah.
Why has he not been dropped off at another bus stop if that is so annoying? Because how are you going to build a relationship with someone that you don't want to if you're not going to somewhere amazing and thinking, God, I want to share this with them, drop them off wherever they are, whoever they are, whatever you're doing. That makes no sense. Why are you in a relationship?
Exactly.
It's got to be convenience, comfort, money, something else. But if you do not want to share the most amazing things you see with the person that you're in a relationship with, drop them.
Yes,
Straight
exactly.
up.
I agree.
Just give him the air fryer and drop him off.
Yeah, and look, if that guy was your guy, you'd be like, God, I love the way he eats little fries. You'd be like, oh, I can't wait to take him to wherever and get him all the chicken fingers he wants. Like, you'd be framing it so differently, and it wouldn't be a problem. You would be thrilled to serve his 7-year-old eating habits.
Yeah, I think if you're annoyed by it, it's not for you.
It's not for you. It's not.
I will say that with my mom and my dad, like, because my dad, he hates onions. Like, onions cannot be in a thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like I grew up this way, and it's like it's always been like an eye roll for me. But when we do go on vacation or when I do visit, me and my mom are like, let's get like 10 onions.
Yeah, it's
like,
your time.
We're having onions.
Yeah.
We're
Onion
having
rings.
vegetables.
Yeah.
He doesn't
Blooming
like
onion.
seafood. So we go on vacation. Me and my
Yeah.
mom sneak off to like a fancy seafood restaurant because we were only just the two of us. We're gonna throw down some crab legs.
Yes. Angie there for it. She's like, this is my time. This is what I'm eating. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's okay. Like if someone being picky doesn't vibe with your life,
Mhm.
let them go. But if that was the worst thing someone came up with and as their worst quality, I'd be okay with it. Honestly, I can handle it.
Because I think that, like, any kind of restaurant you go to, you can get like you can get the fries.
Especially if he's complaining about it. Like, he's complaining because it doesn't taste like home. Like, and then I'm like, I don't know.
Home's where the air fryer is.
It's where the best supper is.
Mommy made it better.
He loves a Kraft box of mac and cheese.
I do too.
So, am I the asshole for telling my wife's best friend I don't care about how she feels after my wife broke their friendship? Okay, now this is going to need some backstory. So, essentially, they, the girl, this is the guy, his wife has, her friends have scheduled a girls' trip and they're going to another country and they're all supposed to go together and it's just the girls. Well, he said that he doesn't trust her going to a foreign country with just 3 other girls. Like, he needs to be there to protect her.
No.
And then her friends said, well, you're being controlling and you're being an asshole. And like, she should be able to go with her friends to do whatever. And then, then the wife said to her friend, basically, like, how dare you disrespect my husband and embarrass him in front of people. And we're no longer friends. So then the friend has been calling the husband to be like, hey, I'm so sorry, all of these things. Like, can you tell her to forgive me? And he's just like, no, I don't care.
He's like the worst. I think he's an asshole. I think he's controlling. I think, like, okay, I can get someone wanting to be protective and be like, like, I'm nervous about you going for your own safety, whatever. But like, to take it that far and then the friend's apologizing and he doesn't give a shit or respect their relationship enough to be like, okay, whatever. No, he's the asshole.
There are a lot of like boundaries being crossed here. Like, at least for me, I wouldn't want the one talking on my behalf, there's a lot of, there's already some complicated dynamic here that is dangerous regardless of the trip and regardless of how it turns out. There's already something odd about who's representing who and who's conflict, husband and wife talking about a trip. I would keep that to myself, maybe.
Yeah.
But if it involved my friend, like, I wouldn't have anyone on my behalf. This is why you got to call the lawyers. I mean, you got to get the lawyers involved.
This is messy.
Yeah, they need a contract. They got to go all the way back to the contract.
I don't know. I just think it's kind of one of those things, like, if we're planning a girls' trip and then all of a sudden you're like, I'm going to bring my husband. Like, it's lame.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want your husband there. Like, if Michael was like, hey, I'm coming, I'd be like, no, you're not. Like, this is girls' trip. And, like, Michael's different. He's, like, always just, like, go. Like, it's sometimes a little too much where I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, what are you hiding? No, I'm kidding. But, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think he's a dick.
Yeah. Well, it was like a Viva on Real Housewives of New York. Remember?
What happened?
They were going to like the Caribbean, and like her husband had to fly with her on the plane.
Oh, no.
And they were like, you cannot bring your husbands on the girls' trip. And she was like, well, he's at least flying with me because I'm scared to fly or something.
Oh, my gosh.
Do you remember that? Oh, no.
No.
But I will say this. I'm going to say, I don't think that the friend is going to the husband to try. I think she's trying to convince the husband to allow the wife to be friends with her so that the wife is not abandoned alone with him. I think she's doing this because she doesn't want her secluded with this controlling husband. And I think that's the real reason. And I think that I just think it's like, what foreign country are they going to? I don't think that they're dropping down into a war zone. Like, I'm sure they're fine.
Like, no, I think that she's not sorry. She's just trying to save the friendship. Like, I 100% agree.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that if you can't go travel somewhere without the husband being there, because he probably doesn't trust her, he probably doesn't trust the friends, or there's something really there. And it just, to me, it just sounds all shady. And then I was reading through like the people responding, and it just was like pissing me off even more because there was all these people like hyping him up.
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. There's always, though, sometimes that one friend that like needs to bring her boyfriend or husband everywhere. Like, it could be like a casual dinner, and it'll be like, oh, like, Greg's coming, and it's like, why? And it's like, okay, great. Like, I love your partner. That's great. But like, I don't want to see him all the time. Like, I'm not, you know, I'm not setting the time aside to hang out with like Bob, you know, like. Yeah.
And if we've learned anything from Real Housewives, it is very rare that somebody's husband's going to like fit in with the girls and be cool. I mean, most likely they're going to be a Gary.
Like. You know why? Like, Michael's such a nerd, and sometimes he just has like, God love him, but he has like no real social cues. Like, I always tease him. Like, Michael have a very funny relationship, but I'm like, if he came out, he would just like, my friends love him and everything, but like for like a whole night, it would be like, no, Michael, like, go home now. You know, like, your time is done. Like, we love you and you're cool and you can hang, but like, also, like, enough. Like,
like, I think like all of Real Housewives, I think Mauricio can hang a little bit, especially when he's stoned. And then Seth's kind of cool sometimes. I don't know. I haven't watched a few seasons.
I don't understand their relationship yet.
Yeah.
I need more information on both of them.
But most of the time, it's just weird when the guys come with like, you know, like they're just like.
Yeah, it's just like, why do you even want to go? Like, why do you want to be there?
There's also those different boundaries. It's like, if that friend wants a girl who's not going to bring her husband, but that girl is a girl who will always bring her husband, that doesn't make sense to plan a trip.
Yeah.
And it's okay. Like, you might just be, some people, if that's how you want to live your life, like, God bless you. And if you want to live your life where husbands leave you alone, God bless you too. Like, maybe this is just
like a whole new situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I grew up in a household where my mom was always off, like, traveling, doing something fun. Like, my dad's like, I don't want to go.
Yeah.
That's good.
Am I the asshole for not supporting my mother's new relationship 2 months after my father's imprisonment?
It's not funny. I laughed, though. Well, what did he go to prison
That's what I'm
for?
wondering.
So about 2 months ago, my father was imprisoned. He got 25 years, and being mid-70s, that's the rest of his life. So now I support my mother, being the only family left in town. I rent an apartment in her house. I maintain the property and help her out with all the daily things my father used to do around the place. My mother and father had been married for over 30 years. The relationship wasn't the greatest, blah, blah, blah. But it doesn't say what he did. But so he's not coming back out.
He's not coming back out.
Daddy's not coming home, guys.
And is she losing his retirement? Like, what's happening there? She may need to secure the bag.
I mean, like, I don't know. I'd be like, she needs to move on. Like, he's not coming home.
Life's too short to like waste, you know, the last decade or couple decades you got left.
And you might be in a dynamic where if you're doing the household chores and you're caring for the place, and, you know, if you're like filling the if you might be feeling like a husband duty, it might be a little relief if she finds someone to service those needs instead. And then you can live a full, fulfilling life alone and independently. It's interesting. Sometimes parents and children get like, their relationships can get interesting because of survival or because of basic needs and all these things. But I don't know. I would welcome him, but I can understand why he'd be threatened if he's been the man of the house.
Yeah.
In a way that isn't child and parent like. If he's been being husband like with his mom.
Yeah.
He might be intimidated by another one.
And this is the thing too. I'm sorry. A lot of people think that as you get older, like you just like, you give up or whatever. And I'm sorry, your grandma's having sex.
Like,
you know,
like,
grandma's giving blowies at the nursing home. Like you do not grow out of that. I think people have needs. Do you know what I mean? And you gotta, maybe she has a high sex drive and she needs someone to fill her love tank.
You know what? And I support it. I would be like, okay, I'd be like a little disappointed at first, but like exactly that. I'd be like, hey, this is going to take the ease off of my life. I'm not going to have to like support everything. Like get back out there, like do what you got to do.
Yeah. She may have just like hated him anyways and was just like, fine.
She's like,
finally.
thank God.
Yeah.
I wonder if he frames it like he's so helpful too, but in the other reverse, he might actually be annoying. Like he could be the son who won't leave the house and who does the bare minimum chore to appear like he's so helpful, but he's actually a drain on the resources and kind of annoying and like mommy dear. It's like he's not even won't leave.
He wants to be the man of the house.
Yeah, because who wouldn't want to?
Yeah, it could be a weird mother-son relationship.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
In the back of my head.
But I've had a lot of like clients that, you know, they're grandmother age and they find love and they're like, this is the happiest I've ever been in my entire life. And they're just like, I wish I could have felt this when I was young. But like they're, you know, they're being like a giddy 20-year-old girl, like so excited about, you know.
Because your life doesn't stop. Like you're still a person. Do you know that nursing homes actually have STD breakouts, like a gonorrhea breakout? Like they're not stopping. Like if it works, it works. You know what I mean? Like
wow,
they're getting down.
Yeah, they're getting down. Might be different, but like it's still down.
Yes. Okay, so we're gonna just do a speed round to finish this out of called creepy or cute.
Okay.
We did this last time you were here. I wrote these, so these are a lot of like these are like partial. And just like any of these that you want me to like cut out if you don't want to answer it.
No,
like I will cut
nothing
it out.
Off limits.
Okay. So creepy or cute? Dogs with wigs.
Cute. Dogs with anything.
Like, I know.
Exactly.
Dogs could have like an assault rifle.
Like, the other day.
Dogs with anything. So cute.
Raising canes.
Cute.
Okay.
African. You like raising?
I didn't know what it was.
Have you ever had it?
No.
Next time I'll stop. I'll bring it.
Yeah, I was like, we may have to go on a trip over the hill.
Yeah, we might have to. I need to know.
Yes,
especially if it's cute.
Yeah, that's what, like, Raising Cane's started at LSU, and that's where you went to college, and they had a location where I went to college, and so when they finally like started going national, going places, like especially when they came to LA, like. I waited an hour in line, and I have never waited an hour. Is it burgers?
And it was worth it. No, it's chicken
tenders.
Oh, we're just like the guy
going on the vacation. We're the problem.
That's what we
Chicken
get.
tenders, fries, and
That's
Texas toast. Little coleslaw.
Little coleslaw. Supper.
Yeah, big old supper. Mama's boys.
No.
Yeah.
Being respectful and kind and all that to your mother is wonderful, but if it borders on like inappropriate or like incestuous, I'm not into that.
Yeah, it gets there a lot.
I dated a guy who was calling his mom by the first name. I'm going to call her like Anna. He'd be like, oh, I'm over at Anna's house. Me and Anna are doing this. And I was like,
oh.
It's giving relationship.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was literally giving relationship. It was so gross.
That's weird.
I had to plug my nose. Because it smelled like mom and son were together. I know.
Relationship.
I know.
Hey, African safaris.
Fire. Cute.
Yes.
Cute.
I say that because you went on a safari. Guys with thigh tattoos.
Cute. What do you think?
I think cute.
What do you think?
I don't want to, but I think it's cute. I'm into
it's
it.
hot.
Michael has one.
Guys' thighs are hot. We don't talk about it enough.
Yeah.
They are cute.
They are cute. I think they're cute.
Dating comedians.
Honestly, I don't, they get a bad rap. I don't think that's who you want to like maybe partner your life with. But comedians are fun. They're funny, and you're always going to remember the time that you dated the funny guy. I've dated a couple funny guys. I don't regret it.
They are fun. They are fun.
I know. And some of them, if you're still cool with them, you get like jokes all the time. I think that's really fun.
Yes, exactly. But some of them are dark.
They're all dark.
They're dark side.
But some of them are good. Like some of them are darkness, but like looking toward the light. And some are like, no.
Yeah.
I don't know.
A Chili's.
Cute.
Hell yeah.
Cute.
Do you like Applebee's too?
Yeah, that's all we had in my hometown.
I like Applebee's.
Me too.
Yeah.
The quesadilla burger. Yeah.
Cabo girls trips.
Cute.
Yes.
Very cute. I just went on one.
Oh, fun.
It was a blast.
Love it.
Mardi Gras.
Cute. Double cute.
These are all such
Yeah,
fun
these are all
things.
That's what I was like. These are all high. Like,
These are fun.
I know. I was so like.
Who doesn't love a Mardi
partial.
Gras?
You would love Mardi Gras. You gotta go.
I know. I have to go one
you
year.
would freaking love it.
I
It is
know.
just, I think you're kind of people.
Every year it just doesn't work out, and I want to. Whenever you go,
Yeah.
it never works out, and I can't go.
I'd go again
But
next
him.
year. I had so much fun this past year. It's a good soulful experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, especially too because the new pope has like ties to Louisiana.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. His like grandparents were like Cajun or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't
So
know
it's gonna
that.
pop off this year.
Oh, sheets.
Red beans and rice.
Cute. My favorite food.
Yes. The Antichrist coming forward and doing a press conference.
Cute. It's kind of funny.
This is just a reference. I did your podcast a couple weeks ago, and I talked about this guy who did held a press conference. Was like, I'm the Antichrist.
I think that's kind of funny because he would never do that. The bad guy would probably never do that.
Right.
Mhm.
Exactly. Alligator tour guides.
Cute. Did you see Lana
Cute
Del
is.
Rey's man at the Met Gala as they were
No.
leaving?
No.
Yeah, they were like, I believe it was the Met Gala. They were leaving an after party or whatever. He cleaned up.
Oh.
Yeah, his hair is like maybe like 2 or 3 inches longer. It was like really like stylishly pulled together. He was in his tuxedo and everybody was like, I see the vision. I saw the vision.
God, I want to
Mhm.
see it.
It was cute, you guys. You have to
She's been
Google.
putting in the work.
Yeah. She
Mhm.
has.
Good for her.
Yeah, he looked really cute.
You know, low-key, that's the best way to do it. Like, I know some people who's just like imported a husband in from somewhere and just kind of like fixed them up
Yeah.
into what they needed to be and just
Anyone can
and
be
they're
a
like
fixer
sweet
up.
and
Yeah.
kind and you know what I mean?
Honestly, sweet and kind. I think I'm going through a sweet and kind era. When I think about like some of my favorite women in the world, the ones who have the life I like, they all had a really good husband who didn't compete with them for whatever. Like they weren't in the same business and they weren't in the same headspace at all. And their dynamics worked beautifully together.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I could do sweet and kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might be my next era.
Yeah. I've done that too.
Healthy.
I like to go every
Yeah.
other one.
Yeah. Bad, good, bad,
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
I've been
yeah.
doing that for a while too.
I don't know. I just went all over the place. It was a wild ride, but
Yeah.
A Margaritaville.
Oh my God. Kyle, one time, all right, look, last summer I was depressed. Who knows why? It was like one of those days. I think everyone was depressed. And I was like, you know what we need? We need to go to the Margaritaville and like enjoy ourselves at a pool in Palm Springs. And I'm thinking it's going to be like, a taste of Florida. We're going to have a cheeseburger. We're going to have margaritas. It's going to be beautiful. The room overlooked the parking lot, which was not ideal. I didn't expect it.
And that's the thing. This is a margarita resort, not just the margarita restaurant.
Yeah, it wasn't like super cheap. And it was awful. It was like messy and it was more like a kid's place.
Oh,
It became a kid's place. And I was
Mhm.
like, damn, it's a Margaritaville. I kind of thought we were going to be like older people who were like,
hanging out, class.
yeah. It was not the escape that I
Full
expected.
Jimmy Buffett. I was expecting an immersive Jimmy Buffett. I
Me
had
too.
so much fun on that trip, though.
Okay, good.
It was
Me
a
too.
blast.
Okay, good.
But I have been to double wide trailers in Florida that were more Jimmy Buffett margarita themed.
Yes, yeah. It did not live up to the vibe that I was expecting.
No.
You know those Margaritavilles, like the restaurants at least in Florida, are
Mhm.
really cute
Yes.
and really fun. So I was kind of expecting a Florida moment, but
Yeah.
it is not right.
Wait, isn't there one in Long Beach?
I don't know.
Or is that like islands or something?
I don't know. We have a lot of islands around here.
Maybe.
which is close. That was more Margaritaville to me. Islands was more Margaritaville than the Margaritaville.
We should do a consulting job with them and get it up to our standards of Margaritaville.
They know better.
You guys need to 100%. You need to go for that.
Yeah.
Petition that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't bringing that up to be any negative. I just was like, we love a Margaritaville.
No, it's okay. Yeah, we want them to do well. We want what's best for them and us.
Yes.
But it just wasn't, wasn't
Give the
hidden.
people what they want.
Mhm.
Exactly. Well, I think that's all the time we have for today.
That was so much fun, guys.
So much fun.
So much
Yeah.
fun.
And we should do a little tag. What is your
Oh, at Lindsey Pelas.
Yes.
Everywhere.
And your podcast is
Eyes up here when I put it out.
Yes.
Sporadic. I hired a life coach today, so who knows where we'll be in a month.
Ooh, that's so
Yeah.
exciting.
Yep. I finally hit that level.
I love
excited.
I asked
that.
for help. Yeah, Oprah had a life coach.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah,
I know a
love-
lot of people who have like a really good life coach in their pocket.
Really?
And then I do know some people who like tell me they're a life coach and I'm
you're
like,
like, why?
and you're like, okay, well, trust fund to life coach is there, that's a big pipeline.
I know one who's in like major debt who lives in a van, which is fine, but she is a life coach. I was like, well, it depends on what you're looking for.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, whatever
on the
kind
life
of
you want to
guidance.
live.
Exactly.
But it's great though to have like
Yeah.
a mentor or something like that to really help you give that
yeah.
advice that they're going to give you the honest, like they're looking out for your success, you know?
She said something interesting. When I called her today, it was like the first time. And she said, you know, when someone comes to me for life coaching, it is the last resort. It is, they tried to fix their systems. They went to the therapist. And she said, everyone I work with is extremely ambitious. They have already done X, Y, Z or whatever. And I thought it's kind of interesting. It's like off the beaten path. So we'll see.
Yeah.
What they do.
It's exciting.
Yeah. And that's the problem. I think when you're a big dreamer and you have a lot of goals and aspirations, like it is a lot going on. It
Yeah.
can be hard to really put it all to function.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where we're
Good
at.
cool.
I'm excited to see what's got.
You should do a TikTok journey.
Oh,
Day one
gosh.
of life coach.
Oh gosh. That'd be so
The end of it should
interesting.
be so
That'd be
centered.
cute.
Like
Well, I thought about Tom Brady too. He has his guy, but he's a coach, like a physical coach as well as a mentor, I think. But I loved watching them and how important he said he was. He seemed beyond football. His coach.
Okay, yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting.
Yes.
I want a beyond
yeah.
kind of person.
Yes.
We'll see.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Team life coach. We love it.
I wish we could just keep going, but
Yeah.
we do gotta wrap
We'll
it up.
have to do this again.
Yes.
Yes.
We
I
love
hope
having you on. It's so much fun.
Yes.
I love hanging out. And I hope you get to find Brandis in Santa Monica.
Oh.
Brandis, we're coming for you.
No, honestly, miracles happen.
Yes.
Like Brandis, be on
It's
the
gonna
lookout.
happen.
Be on the
Hannah Pass
lookout.
Brandis.
Bye, guys.
Bye.